If you are looking for best food processors for nut butters, you are at the right place. A higher quality food processor will produce higher quality nut butters. We have therefore spent numerous hours researching hundreds of user reviews to find the best models. There are lots of different features that we took into account. You can easily make any nut butters with the processors in this list. Product number 5.
Stack and Snap food processor. Assembling traditional food processors can be time-consuming and frustrating. The pieces have to be lined up just right, and the twisting and locking can be difficult, if not impossible. Sometimes it takes longer to assemble than it does to actually process the food. That's what makes the Stack and Snap food processor so handy. It assembles in seconds without twisting or locking. The bowl and lid are specially designed to stack only one way for foolproof assembly, and the simple clips lock the lid in place for safe operation. A simple function guide shows you which blade to use and which button to press. The big mouth feed tube reduces the need to cut up ingredients beforehand, which saves even more time. With a sealed bowl, powerful 450-watt motor, a dishwasher-safe blade, discs, bowl, and lid, this food processor is smartly designed with convenience in mind. You'll be all set to mix, chop, slice, and shred with ease with the Stack and Snap food processor from Hamilton Beach. Now that's good thinking.
And these are editor rating for this product. Product number 4.
I'm Mary Rogers, Director of Marketing Communications for Cuisinart. Today I'm going to show you our 14-cup Custom 14 food processor. It's iconic in the industry, it's beautifully designed, it has a timeless shape, it has paddle controls, so you can pulse or you can run it on continuously and you can turn it off. It has a wide mouth feed tube. It also has a one-piece pusher, which is really easy to use. The lid goes on and off by twisting it and then locking it back in place. One of the really great things about this food that I like to show people is that when you look at how the blade mounts into the bowl, the blade comes right to the very edge of the bowl, which makes it really, really good at chopping everything from a fine small clove of garlic to herbs, all the way up to pureeing soups. It's fabulous. When you're not chopping and you want to make dough, you can basically put in your dough blade by lining up the markings on the top of the blade with the stem. And this is great when you're doing things like pizza dough and bread dough. It does a fabulous job of kneading the dough for you. The next thing I'm going to show you is our shredding disc. The shredding disc is really great. It has these what I call balances on them, so it's balanced almost like your tires, so that when it spins really fast inside the food processor, it stays very level so that you always get consistent shreds, slices. And the way to use this is you put your stem adapter onto the disc, push it down, and turn it to lock it into place. Then same thing when you're using your slicing disc. This happens to be a medium slicing disc. You push it down and turn it to lock it into place. Always hold these blades, these discs by the edges. And then you just match up the marking on the top with the stem. And it goes right down into place. Put the lid back on, like I mentioned before, and you twist it to lock it into place. Then what you're going to do is remove your pusher, put in your pepper, because we're going to slice peppers. Then what we're going to do is when you first start using your food processor, sometimes when you're slicing and shredding, get yourself all set up and then use your pulse button. You'll get perfect slices every time. It's so quick and easy. It's unbelievable. And we're just going to put that there, and then I'm going to show you how beautiful these slices came out. And when you're slicing peppers like this, you could use them for a stir fry, or you can actually use them for a salad. Look how beautiful those came out, and they're really consistent. So next what I'm going to do is show you a little trick. When you do things like peppers first, and we're going to shred cheese next. Say you were doing this to top a pizza. Just wipe out your work bowl with a paper towel so you don't have to stop and wash, because all of your ingredients are going to go together. Then what we're going to do is remove the stem adapter, put it on the shredding disc, turn it over, match up the top icon with the stem again. We're going to put on our lid, lock it into place, remove the feed tube, put in the cheese, and you're not going to believe how great this does cheese. Quick and easy. It couldn't be faster. Some of the other things I want to mention about our food processor while I take the shredded cheese out, look how gorgeous that is. It couldn't be easier. A couple of other things I want to mention about our food processor is that all the removable parts are dishwasher safe. It also comes with a great how-to DVD, shows you all of the pieces and parts of your food processor. It also comes with a spatula that's designed specifically to use inside your work bowl. And you can't imagine how useful this appliance is. It takes up very little counter space. It takes up about the size of a piece of paper, an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, but it's unbelievably versatile. Enjoy your new food processor.
And these are editor rating for this product. Product number 3.
Hi, I'm Mary Rogers with Cuisinart. This is our Mini Prep Plus. It's a great item to have in your kitchen. We have them in several new colors. One is magenta, which I don't have here today, and the other two are orange and green. This is a terrific item to have. It's perfect for small food prep tasks, everything from peppercorns and hard cheese to basil and parsley. You can even make small batches of salsa and guacamole, or even things like chicken salad. It's really handy to have. It's something to use every day when you're cooking in the kitchen. So let me show you some of the features. First of all, it's a 24-ounce work bowl, has a nice handle, has two speeds, chop and grind, and it also has an auto-reversing smart blade. And what happens is when you're going to do things like chopping, the blade actually will spin in one direction so that you're using the sharp side on soft food items. And when you're going to be doing grinding, you press the grind button and the blade automatically reverses in the other direction so that you're using the blunt side of the blade for hard food items, like things like peppercorns or nutmeg or even hard cheeses. The other thing that's really nice is that the lid actually has 2 holes in the top so that when you're going to be doing things like mayonnaise or vinaigrette, you can actually incorporate any kind of liquid like olive oil or vinegar right through the top of the work bowl. And what happens is it drips a little bit at a time, and it makes for a perfect emulsion when you're doing dressings and mayonnaise. So today I'm going to chop up some basil, just so you can see how it works and how efficient it is. So just remove the top, put the basil inside. You can do this with any type of fresh herb if you prefer. And then all you do is you can hit pulse. See how quickly that chops it up? Or you can just hold your finger down and it will run continuously. You can also do things like fresh nuts to put inside a salad or even add to a pesto. It couldn't be a handier item to have in your kitchen. It's the Mini Prep Plus by Cuisinart.
And these are editor rating for this product. Product number 2.
Introducing the Breville Sous Chef, the all-in-one kitchen workhorse. The 5.5-inch super wide chute is about 3 times larger than standard food processors. The mini bowl sits inside the extra large 16-cup processing bowl. Whenever you use any of the discs, make sure the spindle is in the correct position. The adjustable slicer should always be in the storage position when not using it, and it'll conceal the blade. This is the first adjustable slicer to have the versatility of 24 thickness control settings. The 0 setting slices super fine at 0.33mm slices to a thick 8mm slice on 8. When you're slicing, check to make sure that the blade is at the 12 o'clock position, as you don't want it directly beneath the chute. The small chute is ideal for carrots or leeks when you don't need a push-up. The reversible shredding disc achieves both coarse and fine grating. For coarser shredding, to make things like coleslaw, the larger holes should be facing up. In seconds, you'll have perfectly grated cabbage. For finer shredding, flip the disc and have the smaller holes facing up. The julienne disc is great to cut carrots and zucchini for salads. For shorter matchstick sized vegetables, use the small feed chute and put them straight in. Use the French fry disc and you can fit a whole potato to make 5-inch French fries. Or for a new twist, try sweet potato. Be sure not to apply too much pressure and just let it grab the potato. The emulsifying disc is used to whip and aerate ingredients such as cream, egg whites, milkshakes and mayonnaise. The timer is handy to make recipes for the first time, and you can monitor the time it takes and then program it in for the next time. The micro-serrated S-blade chops raw and cooked food to puree, chop and mince. For many processing tasks, we recommend the pulse button so you can really control the size you want. For raw meat, chicken and fish, cut them into 1-inch cubes and then use the start pause button to mince them. The kneading blade is great for pastry and bread and can easily handle large batches of dough. The mini bowl is ideal for time-consuming prep chores like chopping garlic. To store, there's a retractable cord that neatly sits in the heavy-duty die-cast base, and you can lock the box and store it on its side. The Sous Chef, brought to you by the food thinkers of Breville.
And these are editor rating for this product. Product number 1.
is a Cuisinart Classic Series 14-cup food processor. It's a very generous size, so you'll have plenty of room to be doing all your family entertaining, but it's still a nice small footprint, so you can use it for every day too. So you'll notice it's got a nice square base, and it has what we call paddles to operate. So here, this one, you press it down, it's on. This one is off, and if you press and hold this one down intermittently, it would be for pulsing. So, has a nice smooth finish. It's stainless steel on the outside. Has a lid that you remove by twisting and just pulling it off. It's really simple and easy to operate. This is your feed tube, and there's also a smaller feed tube inside, which I'm going to show you how to use a little bit later. And you can actually drop things in through the feed tube like garlic. We're going to do garlic and jalapeno, and you can actually have the machine running, and it's a very efficient way to chop up garlic and some other items. The other thing is that it's great if you want to add liquid very slowly. The small feed tube has a small hole in it, so if you want to make vinaigrette, you can just pour the oil directly into the small feed tube. Or if you're going to make mayonnaise where you want to slowly incorporate any kind of oil, it'll just drip through the feed tube directly into your bowl in a very consistent way, so that you get a great finished mayonnaise or a vinaigrette. So let's look at some of the other items that come with your food processor. In the bowl already is your chopping blade. And we call this the S blade because it's shaped like a little bit like an S. And this is used for everything from chopping herbs and onions to pureeing, mixing, and also kneading doughs. And then the next thing is your stem. And the stem is attached to the bottom of your discs by lining up this arrow here with this one here. It's a little hard to see. And you just press this down and turn to lock it into place. And then what you would do is you hold your disc by the edges, and there's also a little icon up here. It's the same shape as the stem on the bottom, and if you line those two up, you can just slip it in really easily. So that's the shredding disc, and it's medium. We always recommend that you lay the disc down and then put on the stem accordingly. And to do any type of slicing and shredding, you would use the medium slicing disc, not shredding, slicing. And you do the same thing. You line the little arrows up. You press and turn to lock it into place. Always hold it by the edges. And once again, if you line the icon, the stem up, I'm not doing it very good, but this is the way it goes. You just slide it right into the work bowl. And then what you would do is you put your lid back on, and you would slice and shred. So you could either use the pulse function to slice, or what you can do is you can turn it on. But as soon as you remove the feed tube, it'll stop. So that you would then add more ingredients, and we can do batch processing. So you would add, let's say, potatoes, slice, and then continue on. And then we're going to turn it off. So what we're going to do today, that's all of the parts that come with your food processor. And also you get a little spatula we help you with.
And these are editor rating for this product.